morning, Chuck Hawkins with Hawkins Outfitters, and today I want to show you how to tie a fly I invented many moons ago called the hat trick. One of the advantages to the hat trick is that it can be tied in many colors and sizes. For instance, I grabbed this one out of my Argentina fly box. This is what we would call a Pancora hat trick, olive and orange. It represents a crab that's in some of the rivers down in Patagonia, that when they molt, they turn orange, and it's quite a popular trout food. So today we're going to tie a white one, which is probably my favorite color in this pattern, though I will tell you that in Alaska, the black one can be killer. But here in Michigan, I really like this white one. We start off, put our thread on a hook, and we can use two different eye combinations that I've used in this white color. It's a white with a black pupil and just a great big bead chain. I have actually had a little more success on the big bead chain than I have the white, so that's what we'll tie today. We're going to take that, we're going to tie off a couple of beads, or cut off a couple beads. And then we're going to tie them on top of the hook rather than under the hook. We want them on top so that the hook will invert and it will right point up, hopefully giving us a few less snags on the prevalent wood that we've got here in Michigan. You know, lash this down. And cut off your tag. Come in behind the eyes. Go down the hook shank. Take your thread down, right down so it's straight above the barb. And then I use 4 feathers. You want the convex side out. Get the tips aligned. And you want them so that you get that kind of shape to give you a little bit more movement. Then bring them together and measure them to be about 1.5 times the hook shank. And then strip off the excess barbules. A little bit long. Yeah, it is a little bit long. Shorten it up a little. And then tie them in tightly right at the rear. I'm a big believer in simplicity in flies, which is going against a lot of what's going on these days. But if you can't tie it in about 5 minutes, I begin to lose interest, because I'd rather be fishing tight, in close to the structure, than throwing a 30-minute tie and losing it in that structure. Then we take some cross-cut rabbit, in this case white. We want to look for a rabbit that has some even length and consistency of hair along the leather strip. We cut that, and then cut the end at a nice angle, and tie that in, again, right above the barb of the hook. Take our thread back up and stop it right up at the back of the eyes. I like to wet the rabbit a little bit to control those hairs and start wrapping it. Palmer it right up the shank of the hook. laying one wrap right next to each other, but not really overlapping. Now, when I get up right next to the eyes here, I tie it off a little bit, put a couple wraps on it to just hold it. Because I want to put some rubber legs and a little bit of flash in before I crisscross this rabbit over the eyeballs. So the flash I use on this color is red, which is down here in my little hook hanging off my lace. I bring that in. Take it to the side a little bit. You don't need to get crazy about that. Cinch it down. And then cut it right about at the tips of the hair, give or take. And then I take barred legs, crazy legs, and take a couple strands. On there. Bring them in at the top. Cinch them down. Then across my thread over the eyeballs again. Get all of this under control. Come back around the legs and the crystal flash, or the flash blue, I mean. Then come through, around the eyeball, and back up. And tie that off. Cut the leather tight. And then form your head. Give it a whip finish. And you want to take a look at these legs. I cut them just a little bit longer than that flashaboo. And take a little bit of head cement. And you have a finished hat trick. This particular fly, you can tie it, this is my #1 size. This is a Daiichi 2461 hook in size 2. It's a straight eye black hook. I particularly like it for this fly. This is my standard size. I will tie it smaller and heavier on the Pine River at times. I'll tie it on a 4 instead of a 2, and I'll put some weight in the body of the hook and use lead eyes rather than bead chain eyes. But it's a very versatile, simple fly that has caught an awful lot of fish in my boat through the years. Good luck. Let me know how you do. Thank you.